Hello YouTube and Twitter! I hope you're doing very well today. If you haven't watched my videos before, my name is Mariah. If you have, welcome back. Please do subscribe because that tickles me, and then you'll know when more videos like this come out. Give me a like, give me a comment. I really love comments and seeing how people are interacting with the things that I'm saying. If it's resonating with you, let me know. I would love to chat below. So today I'm wearing blue, not black, because we are talking about Sirius. We're talking about Sirius, and if you don't know what that is, it is a star system. Now, I have like kind of strayed from this sort of video lately because I find this information and these sorts of topics do tend to make one, especially me and other people who watch my videos, very ungrounded, just by nature of taking your active and real imagination and putting it somewhere off planet. Now, if you didn't watch my grounding video, I forget what it's called, it was sort of shortly after the eclipse. I think it's the one about reality and grounding, because and the time, sorry, I got a pimple here. Bam. Because that video gives you some insight and tips, very practical tips on how you can ground. Now, I was reflecting on that and thinking about that time when I did that video of thinking like, yes, an eclipse happened. Yes, there's a lot of astronomical stuff happening, stuff in the skies happening, affecting us, right? And so we need to be able to really ground into where we are in order to receive the messages that are in turn coming from those places as well. So the timing of that video of grounding, you know, and it's part of my journey as well, and I really did need to take the time to ground and connect back in to my relationship with Gaia. And you know, I have a dialogue with her all the time, but there are moments where it is more effective to really ground into a deep meditation with her, because you know, there's a lot going on in life and things like that. So first step before you watch this video any further is to make sure that you know how to ground, because if you don't, then these sorts of messages and videos, they can lead to sorts of paranoia, or thinking that you need to leave this planet, which is just not true. And that's something that I see in the starseed community. And I love starseeds. I love that idea, and I do also feel a deep rooted connection to Sirius and Andromeda and the Pleiades and other places like that that are just out there and not on Earth. However, if you are a beautiful starseed and that's how you identify, and you're thinking that you need to leave Earth, that's not where we are going. We are here on this planet to embody the qualities that we may have received in past lifetimes, or are just receiving in streams of energy from these places, expressed here on our beautiful, wonderful planet Earth, our Gaia Sophia, who fell and became our planet Earth. If you've never heard that story before, I talk about it in almost every single video. And I know that I just talked about it in my video about dreams, where I do a little rendition of her journey. There's also, for sure, at least, like anything where I mention Gnostic story or Gnostic creation story, you can listen to the full story of how, I can never like not say it, how in the center of our galaxy there are these creative beings that exist in male-female pairs, and for the purposes of Earth, there is a pair, and the female's name is Sophia or Sophia, and she was compelled through a series of kind of unfortunate events to become our planet Earth, and she did that without her male counterpart. which resulted in the unfortunate events that I'm referring to, including the creation of the Demiurge, who is the Old Testament God. That is all Gnosticism. That is the Gnostic creation story. But I'm telling you that now because Sophia, as an aeon, as a creative being in the center of our galaxy, fell through our galaxy to eventually become planet Earth. Now, if we take that and we think, okay, yes, there is a location that this is what heaven is. This is what heaven is when you hear about it in the Bible or whatever. And, you know, there's this idea that you only go there when you die and whatever. I just think that the Abrahamic version of heaven is just like, they almost make it seem like a figment of your imagination. Now, what Gnosticism does, a la Mr. John Lamlash, if you haven't checked out his books, definitely do. I have lent mine to a friend, otherwise I would hold it up. It's not in his image. He just came out with a recent edition. It's fabulous. Check it out. But he has a location for the lives of these aeons where they make these creations, like I said, in male-female pairs, and they put them in little nucleic acid packs and send it through filaments through the galactic core into the relevant galaxy. So what that means to me, and we can kind of distill, I mean, you can take whatever information you want and run with it, but what I take from that is, excuse me, that there are active aeons observing all the time. Now, the interesting part about the story is that they don't usually get so involved, as in they don't fall in and become a part of the experiment, whether it's in a dream body or not. Now, if you listened, I would check out, if that piques your interest at all, check out the dreams video. I think it's my last video, so one I recently did, about how when Sophia fell, it was like a daughter cell split, mitosis. She was sending her dream body because she was imagining a solution for humanity to thrive. It's not fully her that's here, just by nature of the size and scope of what these aeons are. I believe that they can split a la daughter cell mitosis and send like a replica through, and I think that replica that Sophia sent through was her creative imagination, the daydreaming part of her, which is why right now our reality, what we live in, is the dream of our planet, our goddess. But check out the dreams video if you've never heard that before. So, building off of that and, you know, just kind of running with that there are these other aeons that exist. There are other aeons that exist in the center of each galaxy. Now this, you can choose what you want to go with, but there's one option that each core of a galaxy leads to one single pleroma, heaven core, where there's only like 12 aeons, or each galaxy has its own core with its own aeons and its own creative capabilities. Play with that. And this is why I said you better be freaking grounded if you start to chew on this and marinate with it and let the information come through to you. Because if you're not grounded, like I remember when I first had this thought, and it was when I was falling asleep, and that's when I get the best info, as I'm falling asleep. And I remember it because I was just like, does that mean that there are so many pleromas? And I just got like this big, like huge perspective, and my head actually started spinning. Like I started being like, oh, whoa, okay, back to my body. I'm gonna chill. I'm just gonna go to sleep and dream of whatever I'm dreaming of. But it came up for me maybe, I think it was in my last apartment, so it would have been maybe like 6 months ago or something like that. And I just remember being like, whoa, you know, because even if it leads to one pleroma, that's still one thing, and there's still multiple aeons. But I believe in the infinity of our existence. There could just be so many, like so many, but you know, and that's kind of a hard pill to swallow when you come from an Abrahamic background of listening to the demiurge or the Old Testament God and his minions say that there is only one God and there is no other God, and he's jealous and, you know, whatever, blah, 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 implying that there are actually other gods that you shouldn't pay attention to. So that got me thinking more lately about the influence of Sirius, because if we are being observed by the Aeons, these giant creator beings, I would say that what's happening in our little realm, our little solar system, is pretty freaking interesting. You know, to be in the dreaming mind of an Aeon, of a goddess who accidentally fell into her experiment, accidentally created this thing that is working against her most favorite creation, humans, and is kind of on her own to figure it out and fix it, because that is another huge part of Gnosticism, I guess, or, you know, the real truth of life is correction. It's not about, and I have an episode on this. I think I'm gonna make this an episode. I was thinking about that, a Mother's Mystery episode. Haven't done it in a while. Anyways, there is another episode about mistakes, because Gaia Sophia spoke to me very clearly one day and she said, listen, I made a really big mistake too. You have to correct. Like, that's the thing, is it doesn't matter. Okay, obviously mistakes aren't great, but perfection is another Abrahamic mind virus that it even exists. There's like, nature is not perfect. Things grow imperfectly all the time. And the beauty in being human and being who we are and our capabilities is to correct those mistakes, is to be like, oh, okay, notice that, let's do it this way this time so it comes out better. You know, the idea of perfection really is a mind virus. It's one that's like ravaged me and still does, you know. It's the idea of perfectionism. It's awful. So continuing with that thought, I personally get downloads, let's call them, from Sirius around this time each year leading into the summer, because that is when Sirius, the star system, is visible in our sky and is basically broadcasting to us. So this is not new. This is something that ancients have done in ancient Greece. Hathor is associated with Sirius. Isis is greatly associated with Sirius. And they even they call her also Sothis. I don't know if you can see the card. Oh, it's backwards. Abundance of Sothis is what they used to call Sirius, because she, and they refer to her as female, would bring the necessary weather for harvests over the summer, and you harvest in the fall. So right now would be an inundation, a flood, and then it grows over the summer, and then by the fall you harvest. And they would attribute this to Sirius and the influence of Sirius, and they would start to feel it around this time of year, and they would start to honor it in veneration of the goddess of life, the goddess of rebirth, Isis, who also they would call her Sirius. They would call it Sothis, and I think Sothis is a Greek word for Isis. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was, but something around there. And Sopdet is also another word for Sirius. So they really venerated Sirius as a female influence, a female presence on their culture and on the abundance and growth of how they continue to live and thrive. Now, in my own experience, it's like suddenly I just start to drink more water, definitely because it's getting warmer, and I kind of shift back into practices where I just naturally receive these messages anyways. And like I said at the beginning of my video, you can kind of track my journey when I did more grounding work, First step is always grounding. If you want to receive these messages, you have to ground. You have to, this is how I ground, is I imagine a pillar of beautiful sparkly light coming from the center of our galaxy all the way through into the top of my head, through my body, down into the earth, ground it in the center of our earth, and send it all the way back up. Now, if I'm pulling messages from Sirius, I have to do the other first for like, I don't know, a month or something like that, just make sure that I'm grounded. If I'm pulling messages from Sirius, I might watch my light from the center of our galaxy go through Sirius and then come down and ground into my body, down to the earth and back up. And what that does is it says you're ready, and it basically streamlines that influence to you. You send it into the earth to be grounded, and then back up through your body to be interpreted and shared. Maybe you don't have to share it, but you can get these messages that come through, and a lot of them come in dreams. And most recently, when I kind of had like the for sure confirmation of like, okay, yeah, Sirius is online for me, was that first, a little, not really backstory, but I do have guides. That's kind of new agey, but I do, and it's also, I don't know if it's Neville Goddard or Napoleon Hill, I always get them mixed up, but I have like an inner council, you know, and I talk to Gaia all the time, and she's like my main gal. And if I'm not like talking to the rest of my council, which could be Isis, Hathor, who else? Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, Kali, Saraswati, Durga, Lakshmi, like these are all, I just talk to them. I go in meditation, we meet in the center of the earth, and we just converse. That's how I talk to my guides. Now, the guides that come and go, there are some of them, and I have these 2 dolphins. Sounds so silly when I say it out loud, but I have these 2 dolphin guides that are from Sirius, and I receive them and their offerings and their healings when I connect to Sirius and over the summer. And they're like 2 guys, 2 male dolphins, I believe. And one of them is the chatty one. And the other one has like this, I don't even know how to describe it, because it's like remembering a dream when I experience this in meditation, where you, like, for sure they're dolphins, but it's like the other one has some sort of like, I don't want to call it like a box or like a toolkit maybe that he has, and he's the one that doesn't talk, and he will provide healings for me. And so they work in this pair, and suddenly they're just like there. And in my dream the other night, when I was like, okay, I need to talk about Sirius, this was a portal dream. I think I've mentioned this before, but I've had several portal dreams, and the one that I will like never get out of my mind because it was so freaking cool was, and this is the one I may have mentioned before, it was like a year ago, it was a long time ago, but I still remember it because I remember I was just like in this building or something, and I was trying to leave, and I was with my fiance Ruben, and there was like this big circle portal in the wall, and he was like standing there, and he was like, you can like go in there. He's like, if you trust me, go in there. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm scared, like I trust you, but like this is kind of scary. And then I was like, okay, I trust him, I have to go in the portal. And I went in the portal in my dream, and obviously, and I remember I was in the portal, and then suddenly everything around me just started to like change into a new environment. And there were like these they looked like really long trees that were just like distorted and really stretched out. Like if you take an image in Microsoft Word, just like, and then as I was like going through the portal, and then it stopped, and I was in these bushes, like outside of a house somewhere. And so that was one portal dream. I've had a few of them, but the other night I had a dream where I think I was running away from somebody. I don't know. I'm always kind of running away in my dreams. Analyze that how you will. But I was kind of on the run, but kind of exploring like a city at the same time. And I remember I went into the store and I knew that there was like a secret portal kind of place. And I went into a closet and then a wardrobe, like mine was a wardrobe maybe. And I went through this door and then I ended up somewhere else, and I could like close the doors. And then I was just like gone from these people that were looking for me. And then I don't know, I ran into these girls and I was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, let's have fun. And because it was kind of like European city, like drinking, like having fun, whatever. And I remember I went to the river in the city, and as I was beside the river, and I like remember this, I can still recall it, I saw these, it was like 3 or 4 dolphins that were just like in the river, just like coming at me, just like, and not like a scary way, but I was like, whoa, like, are you guys like gonna come out of the water or what? And then there was an orca, and the orca fully like beached, and I was like, whoa, you know. And then I just kind of like continued on my way. But I remember when I woke up, I was like, yo, dolphins, orcas, whales, those kinds of beings in your dreams are messages from Sirius to be like, hey, I gotta tell you something. And even if Sirius isn't telling you something, the most beneficial influence that I've received from Sirius, and what I want to really share, which I will do in like a kind of a brief meditation with you guys, is the harmony, the healing that comes from this frequency of Sirius is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I wouldn't say it's unmatched to Earth, but it's very similar. And when we are lined up with it at this time of year, we receive it and it just balances our body out. So, kind of going back to what I said about the aeons, if there are these multiple aeons and we are being watched and observed because we are such an interesting case of like aeonic creation, then I think it makes sense that there is a sister aeon in the Sirius star system looking out for a little old Gaia Sophia, being like, girl, are you okay? Because if you have to think, like, if you're an aeon and you're like, whoa, like, you're not supposed to get into the experiment. Maybe Sirius is an example of another female aeon jumping into the experiment. I'm not sure exactly. These are the kind of thoughts that I have before I go to bed. And just by nature of knowing that these aeons are observing and we're kind of like their experiments, like Earth is definitely being watched by them because Earth is one of them. They are looking out for Gaia. They will send help. They do send help. And just going off of that, this is hard to explain, but there are other aeons involved in other projects who could, and I think are, sending assistance via these other planets and systems and star systems. And they know that when there are certain times of the year that beautiful humanity can receive the energy that they are ready to send. So I believe that this is the case with the Sirius star system, that the aeon of creation over there, maybe it was a creation from Sophia, maybe, but I would say it's more like an aeon that is looking out for Sophia and knowing that there are certain times of the year that the Sirius aeon can send humanity the harmonious energy that we need and that Gaia needs to be grounded into this planet to take us to the next level of harmony. Like, yeah, they're going to assist by doing that, you know, and there might even be, and I believe this, I think there's even beings over there that know, okay, it's this time of year. Maybe they're helping somebody else out at other times of year that their energy can reach. But on this time of year on Earth, summertime, especially July, you know, dog days of summer is named that because of Sirius. That they know that they can reach us better. I think that they could probably always reach us, but they can reach us better because the star system is like directly in line with Earth, and they can just go, okay, yeah, online, connected. Now here is all this harmonious energy that we are channeling not only to the planet, but to the humans that are receiving it. And when the humans who receive it embody that energy of harmony that's coming from Sirius, we have no option but to express it. And this is why it's really beneficial and necessary, in my opinion, to ground it so that this energy that is coming to humans can be used by Gaia. And then when we ground it into Gaia, it's like plugging it in. We can actually, like, once we plug it in, you know, when you plug something in, then you can actually use whatever is plugged in. So you have to ground that, plug it into Earth so that you can use the energy, the harmonious vibes coming from Sirius. Now, if you, I just totally lost my, no, back. If you have read any biogeometry stuff by Dr. Ibrahim Karim, another book, 2 books that I lent to somebody and they were just gone, just lost. Anyways, biogeometry, he also has, like, I haven't listened to it, but he has a record. So his whole theory and premise is that there is harmonious energy available to us all the time via angles and shapes and design. And if we can get the right angles, then we can heal ourselves and live harmoniously. And this is what the ancient Egyptians did. He is a modern Egyptian, and that is his whole premise. It's very interesting, really great stuff. And he has a CD track that I said I haven't listened to of the sound of Sirius, and that it is a harmonious sound that can heal the body and the system. Okay, so this is not just coming from nowhere. It is, like, it was kind of confirmed to me by understanding that and just being like, whoa, like, he connects to Sirius in this way. Like, yes, you know, the ancient Egyptians did. They didn't just do this for nothing. They didn't just do this for fun because they saw a bright star that was kind of blue. Like, no, they would really, and I believe in their rituals, in their temples, would step into trance and would actually be able to receive this information so they could use it to benefit their society and live in harmony. And I know that that might not have actually happened, or I think they gate-capped a lot of stuff. But I do believe that there is an energy available to us streamlining from Sirius that can be picked up and accessed by humans. It is already accessed by the planet, and they send it to her, and it is to our benefit to ground, if I haven't said before, ground, and ask, really, we'll do a little meditation, but ask for the beneficial and harmonious energy of Sirius to be in your system, to heal what it needs to heal, and to be grounded into the planet Gaia, and then express through you in the best way for the benefit of all, and to bring more beauty in each and every moment. Isn't that the most, like, wonderful thing that you could think of, is to bring more beauty into each moment? And that's what Sirius wants for us. And I do believe that it is an aeon, and that power is assisting the aeon that is here imminently as our planet. So without further ado, if you've watched this far in my whole spiel, mwah, big kiss to you. But let's do a little guided meditation. Please feel free to sit down. I'm not going to, because I kind of tweaked my back. And, you know, maybe that's what I need. I need this, like, serious energy. It's not really bad. You know, you do something once and then you can kind of tweak it a little bit after that. Anyways, get comfortable, please. Lay down. Have a seat. Maybe get some incense going. Maybe get some healing music going in the background. And I just want you to close your eyes. You can watch me if you want, but I say this every time. My eyes roll in the back of my head and I look like a freakazoid, so whatever, I warned you. Get comfortable, close your eyes. And I just want you to allow your system to relax. Just kind of take a breath and be in your body for this moment. And breathe with me. We're gonna breathe in and make the belly really, really big, and then hold it. So breathing in, belly really big, and hold, and release. Breathing in, belly really big, even bigger, and hold it. And release. Last one. Breathing in for 1, 2, belly really big, 3, and hold. Release it all. Just allow your breathing to return to normal. And I want you to notice that there is a beautiful bright light that has come from the center of our galaxy, the center of the Milky Way. Just watch how this beautiful pillar of white milky light is kind of sparkling and iridescent. Just watch how it kind of makes its way over to the Sirius star system. And as it does, it picks up a tint of blue. You will notice that this white pillar of light has a blue tint around the edges. Just watch as this light continues all the way down, moves faster than you can imagine, until finally it reaches our planet's atmosphere. Just watch how this white light with a little blueness to it comes all the way down and it reaches the crown of your head. Just watch how this light from the pleroma, our galactic core, and from Sirius goes into your head and just relaxes your head, your forehead, the back of your neck, your jaw, your tongue. And just notice that this light brings healing anywhere that needs healing, just very naturally. This is the energy of harmony and your source, your origin. And this white light continues down your throat. You can see kind of a ultraviolet blue as well. Goes down your arms, out your forearms, out your hands. Reaches your chest. Might spend some time here, just releasing any blockages. Down your back, down your lower back. Again, releasing anything here that needs to be released. And it continues down your torso, down your thighs, down your knees. Just watch how this light then reaches your feet. And you notice that this white light with the blue, ultraviolet outerness, edges, I guess, just are coursing through your body now. So now your body is this beautiful white and blue light. Just notice that as it also exits your feet, it goes down beneath you, down beneath wherever you are, into the dirt, into the earth that is beneath you, all the way down, down, down through underground lakes, underground dirt, underground rocks, maybe some molten layers, until finally this light, your pillar of light, reaches a beautiful lapis lazuli core crystal of our planet Earth. And just notice now how your energy with the energy of your source and Sirius is grounded here in the center of our planet. And with your awareness, just notice that you are inside this beautiful lapis lazuli crystal. It might be like a big egg shape or a pillar. And just notice as you look around, you see the deep blues, a little bit of lighter blue, maybe some turquoise, and hints of gold. And just allow this energy of the lapis lazuli to really open your third eye in a way that is grounded, balanced, and beneficial to you and healthy for you. And as you do that, I want you to notice that there's a little doorway in this crystal. And as you notice the doorway, you step through it. And on the other side, your feet land in the dirt, the sacred earth of our core of our earth. The sacred core of our earth. And just notice how your feet feel on this dirt. Notice that the lapis lazuli is shining with your pillar of light right there behind you. Just know now that you are in Gaia's sacred core, the core of our planet. And as you're here, I want you to notice that Gaia is here waiting for you. However she looks to you is exactly how she should look. You might notice feathers in her hair. You might notice that she's huge. You might notice what her skin is made of. You might feel salt water. You might hear birds, see butterflies. Just notice that she's in front of you now and she just pulls you into her embrace. She gives you a wonderful, loving hug. And you just feel so at peace, so healed, so grounded, so loved. And as she lets you go from her embrace, I just want you to notice that as you're in this giant cave, you see that there is like a big archway. And it might be kind of white or ivory. And you notice that in this archway, it looks like there's just like a big wall of water. And it's a deep blue water. And Gaia walks you over to this archway. And she says to you, this is her direct portal to Sirius and a water planet of the Sirius System. There are animals that come here directly from Sirius via these portals. They are set up by the Aeons, and they can be used by the humans because we have those capabilities. And as you feel ready, just step through this portal and you feel this, it's like an ultraviolet blue energy color just kind of wash over you. And you feel the healing benefits of it. And just notice now that you are completely underwater, but in a way that feels so good, feels so safe, feels like you are right in your element. You feel like you can move, like you can just really take in the oxygen that exists in this water that's available to you. And just notice that as you're in this water, you notice our friends, the dolphins, kind of swim beside you. And you might feel like you're swimming, you might feel like you're walking. And just notice as you're here, they kind of guide you towards this, you see kind of an ivory castle in the distance, underwater. And just allow the speed of the dolphins, you can grab their fins, just allow their speed to bring you to this beautiful underwater castle. You might see mermaids, you might see whales, you might see other underwater creatures just having fun, and they're very excited to see you. And as you approach this castle, however it looks is exactly how it needs to for you. Just notice that the doorway opens for you. And you can swim in or walk into this castle. And as you're here, you notice that you're kind of in this really big main room, and there's a beautiful ivory table that is surrounded by coral and maybe some seaweed, maybe some little fishies. And the dolphins bring you over to this table and they just encourage you to lay down on it. They said it's time for us to do some work. And as you lay down on this table, I just want you to notice that there's a beautiful ceiling cathedral above you. You may see art. You may hear bubbles. And just notice that you feel so relaxed and so at peace laying here on this beautiful piece of ivory surrounded by coral, beautiful colors. I'm just going to give you a moment just to lay here and enjoy the Syrian Reiki that is being offered to you by our wonderful dolphin friends. You may hear them doing their clicking. You may hear them making some sounds. Just know that this is them making adjustments that are needed in your energy system, wherever they may be. You may notice them pulling some stuff out. Just know that as they pull stuff out, they know what to do with it. It's not your problem anymore. Oftentimes they will pull out large, like dark strings. Or you may see big globs. Just know that this could be, it's not necessarily something physical in your body. It's probably just an energetic buildup that needs to be moved and moved out of your system. And you notice now that these dolphins are just sending like funnels of light of whatever color you need. It could be white is the best, like kind of all spectrum. Light might be a specific color to you. And they just keep sending this light and just flushing your system. Now you might hear some other sounds, some music, some singing, maybe from some mermaids. And just know that they are now sealing your body with the beautiful healing waters of Sirius, the Sirius system. And know that this energy is pure harmony for you, for your body, for your energy field, and for planet Earth. And as this is absorbed into your system, you feel ready, you feel light. And you might even feel like kind of swimming up. And you start to swim with the dolphins again while you're in this castle. It's really huge. And you might start spinning with them. You might start like doing like barrels. And just take some time to have fun and really enjoy the lightness of being here, of harmony, of beauty, of health. And as you feel ready, just notice that these dolphins are back at your side. And they take you kind of to the middle of this church, where we just want to say thank you to the wonderful energies of Sirius. Thank you to the dolphins. Thank you to the mermaids. Thank you to everybody that's here. Thank you to the wonderful Aeon of this planet who offers her healing to us. You may see Isis appear with her wings. She says, "You're welcome." And as you're here, just have some gratitude for the energy that is available to us, that we can access, that we can use to the benefit of us and for the benefit of our planet and the humans and the life all around us. Thank you. And notice now that your hands are back on these dolphins and they just kind of take you out of the castle. You feel so much gratitude, and those beings around you can feel that, and they love it, and they're so happy that you are here. And just notice now that these dolphins are bringing you back to that original archway that's in this wonderful ocean. And as they bring you here, you just naturally step back through this archway and you notice that you are in the cave of Gaia again. And as you take a moment with your awareness, just kind of internally look at your arms and your body, and you may notice you have a bit of a blue glow, kind of an ultraviolet blue glow. This is the energy of Sirius that's still with you. And you notice now that Gaia has received this as well. This kind of supercharge of harmony. this beneficial energy, beneficial for all beings. And just take a moment to hug Gaia again and say thank you for this experience and this opportunity. And Gaia is very glad that you came and that you're here. And she loves you and she honors you and she thinks that you are gorgeous. And just notice now that still with your blue glow, you walk back over to the lapis lazuli that you came in on, with your wonderful pillar of light still here. And just notice, you may notice now that this lapis lazuli has also given your pillar of light a kind of gold sparkles of the lapis. And now you have gold, blue, and white kind of dancing in your pillar of light. And you are in the lapis lazuli, and just notice now with your awareness, you are coming back up that pillar of light that now has blue and gold, and it's pearly and white, all the way back up through the earth until this light reaches you and you are fully back in your body. And just notice that your energy is now this pearlescent white, gold, and blue. And this goes all the way back up to the core of our galaxy with these messages in them. And take a moment to kind of wiggle your hands, your arms, and wake up from a little visit to a water planet in the Sirius System. I love going with my awareness to those places. Now, I think you'll understand why I said it's really important to be grounded here first, because we can get caught up in thinking that we need to be there all the time, that is our real home. It's not. You are here for a very important reason. And if you feel like those places are your home, the reason why you're here is to bring those energies here now on this planet so that our planet can use it, so that other people can use it, and that we can bring more harmony. Our purpose here in life, I believe, is to bring the most amount of beauty, harmony, and I want to say love. It could be love, care for others into each and every moment, because our Aeonic Mother cared and loved and was so deeply concerned with humanity that she became the setting, the earth, for us to live in, to play in, to dream with, to create with. And I think that is a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous thing. And that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you did the meditation. Let me know what you saw. Let me know if you saw the dolphins, my dolphin friends, because they could be your dolphin friends too. If you saw any mermaids, let me know. Maybe I was there, like as a mermaid, like, what's up? But yeah, let me know. I love to hear about that stuff. And until next time, peace. See ya later.